Davidas.
Sean.
If I have known for one thing, you know what it is?
Oh, many things.
My ability to slide. But I don't know anything about slide guitar.
That's a good one. Okay, I didn't see that coming. This is well improvised.
Thank you. This is our intro. You think I have like a team of writers with these intro jokes? No. Off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
Now, if you don't know this guy, nasty guitar player. I don't want to embarrass him by complimenting him. Best guitar player I've ever met. But specifically your slide playing, I don't think you get enough recognition for. I'm gonna link you to some of his slide videos, and every time I'm like, who is this man? Who is this beast? So I'm gonna have him vicariously give you a slide guitar lesson through me, just because I kind of want to learn how to do this.
Thank you. Ooh, I'm blushing now.
I know. So sorry.
Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna show you, and you, whoever's watching, 5 things you should probably know about slide playing, especially if you're just getting into slide playing.
5 things because we have 5 fingers on each hand, and the slide is like an ultimate finger.
It's an armor for your finger.
It's armor. It's finger armor. That's not what we're called. We're actually using Magslide, magnesium guitar slides.
Yes.
We got these at NAMM several years ago.
2019. Summer NAMM.
Uh-huh. So yeah, Magslide. Hopefully you're still out there. Glass can also be used as a slide, you know.
Glass, brass, bronze. I've seen bone, like polished bone slides.
Those I remember we had those at Guitar Center. I hated those. The texture was awful.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think like whatever. Anyways,
I prefer something that's metal and light. Glass is cool, but if you put it in the back pocket of your jeans and then you sit on it, you don't want any shards of narsil up your buttocks, okay? You don't want any of that.
That's great advice.
So
that's not even one of the 5 tips.
That's not even, but that's like we'll prime with that.
It's general life advice.
So beginners, what they sometimes make a mistake when they start slide playing, they try to put the slide where they would put a finger.
Okay.
And that's a problem because that's not where the sound of the fret comes from. It comes from the fret. The fret is the metal part that cuts it off. So slide, this is your number 1 tip. I want you to get it. Mm-hmm. This is your traveling fret, but on the other side, as opposed to being on the fretboard.
Huh.
Your fret. This is your fret.
Okay.
And you get to travel with it. And you have to match where the fret is to get that particular note. Usually you would put a finger not on the fret, you would put the finger just behind the fret to get the note. With a slide, you have to be right above it.
Huh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Right.
Thank you.
Once you figure out the idea that it's a traveling fret above the fretboard, oftentimes people will try to play what they play with their fingers, the scales that they know or something, but there are very particular shapes that are slide friendly, and because it's a slide and the traveling is so much easier, it's sort of like, think of it as getting from one place to another by foot and getting from one place to another with a jet. Without it,
my foot. Oh.
There's a lot of friction, and you can do that only so many times within the song before you're like, with this. We can travel all day, and we're fine, you see, because finger armor, we're protected. So don't try to play the scales and the shapes that you would with fingers, that you used to. Play a scale on 1 note, or a pentatonic scale on 1 note.
So think, I guess, horizontally.
Exactly. Instead of like that, think like this.
Okay, cool.
That's your second tip. So check this out. Let's say.
I can hear it.
Right.
I can hear it.
Okay, let's take a third string, pentatonic.
So it's an interval way of thinking more than like a shape hand pattern way of thinking.
Yeah, because your shape is like this. This is your shape. This is your fret. Third tip, playing chords with slide. Again, you're not going to play your typical... You're not going to be able to do any of those. You have one fret. You can sort of like wiggle it, you know, if you want to like bend some notes and pitch other notes.
Okay.
You can do that, but that comes later. So the way you play chords that are slide-friendly tunings, if you don't know any of those, that's okay. We have already very friendly key G.
The people's key.
Yeah, we have already three open strings in the key of G.
It's a major chord right there.
So check this out. Let's try 1, 4, 5. So this is a G. 4 would be the 5th fret, right?
Mm-hmm. C chord, your 4 chord. Mm-hmm. A step up from there is your 5 chord.
And then let's employ some stuff from the tip number 2.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That's it, 1, 4, 5.
1, 4, 5.
A ton of songs you can play with just that.
You can even throw in a 7.
Oh my god, what? Ooh.
So you figured out how to play a scale. You figured out how to match a thing. And then you figured out how to like play a chord in particular key on 3 notes, right? Mm-hmm. And it still doesn't sound like very like Delta blues kind of thing. 4th tip.
Oh.
So instead of like, you can play scales mindlessly all day. Without looking at them, because your fingers feel where the fret edge is. I know. You see, I can like land. Right? Mm-hmm. With a slide, most people, like, when they start, they look, but what's more important is to listen. And you're not gonna like slide into trombone and land on the note. So what you do, you wiggle around the note where you want to land, and as you get better, the radius of the wiggle decreases. Let's say I want the high G on the 12th fret on the 3rd string.
Tighten it up and then there it is, okay.
Yeah. So you can start with, there's a margin where you can like wiggle. Mm-hmm. It still sounds like music because it's close to human voice. Human voice is not super accurate, but we're super used to it. That's why slide is so pleasant, because it's very human voice-like, but very musical.
Okay, so you're saying the range of the vibrato or wiggle, there's a little more margin for error in this style.
Yes.
Okay.
And as you get better, the radius decreases, you know? So look, I'm wiggling between 2 frets.
Yeah, that's a...
Still music. And then you listen. Then you control it. So that's your 4th tip.
So I would say it's actually pretty good for just ear training in general.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah, because frets is essentially auto-tune. It's freaking cheating.
Yeah. Okay.
Frets.
Huh.
Yeah, fretless instruments. That's how they did it back in the real musician days.
I feel like what frets sound like my voice. You know?
yeah. Too bad. Yeah. And now is the 5th tip. Is tuning.
Oh.
You just change the tuning. It's like, oh well, look, I can play in the key of G in the standard tuning. And if you play traditional scales, you can just leave the guitar in the standard tuning and just do... it's a lot of traveling. You want to like minimize the travel, and then you know, no one will know that it's a different tuning, because how can you tell? So now we're gonna switch to a different tuning.
Oh boy, what are we switching to?
An open chord.
Okay, this would be known as an open tuning.
Open tuning. Right. So it could be any chord of your liking. I suggest keeping the chord major. You can do minor tunings too. You can play spooky stuff. But with major, you can do basically anything Robert Johnson, Delta Blues, and SpongeBob intro music and outro music too.
There we go. I love that.
So here's how you do it. Okay, this is like the simplest way. You take the D and the E. We match it. That's step one.
Okay, so now it's D, A, D.
And then you take this finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and then you tune down the 3rd string. Got it? And then index finger on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Almost there, and then you match the high E, which is no longer going to be E, with the
there we go. So now it's just a major chord when you play all of the strings.
It's a open drop D, whatever they want to call it. And now we go vertical. The whole fret is a chord. I'm down at the crossroads. It's like a Robert Johnson kind of tuning. And
that's awesome, dude. I love it.
You can rock out. So let's recap. What was the tip number 1? You match the thing above the fret.
The traveling fret.
This is your fret on the other side. This is one side. This is another side. This is your fret. We got that part.
Yep.
What was the second tip?
Navigation. Playing in...
Yeah, like that, right?
Playing horizontally.
So now, because we have this tuning...
That might have been the third one. Maybe 2 is open G.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Basically, use all these 5 tips.
Doesn't matter what order you use them in.
It works. It just works.
It just works.
Okay.
You know what else works? Going over to my man's channel, showing some love. Nasty slide playing. I love it.
Do I do an outro playing?
I'm gonna try to incorporate some of this, and I'll have a slide piece prepared very soon.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna follow these tips myself. Because again, I'm a guitar slide poser.
Okay.
Totally, but not for long.
All right.
So Davidas, will you play us out?